My name is Emily Hayes, 29, and until last year I believed I had the perfect life. A great job at Northline Technologies in Seattle. A tight-knit circle of coworkers. And a best friend, or so I thought, named Tara Reid. Tara was the kind of person you instantly trust. She had this bubbly personality, always smiling, always cracking jokes in meetings, always there with a coffee whenever someone looked tired. She was the office sunshine. I was the quiet workhorse. But like most things that shine too brightly, it was all fake. And I learned that the hard way. For 3 years, I worked as a senior analyst in the product strategy department. I wasn't flashy. I wasn't loud. But I delivered results. Consistently. When our manager left, the VP announced a new position. Director of Market Intelligence. A major role. 6-figure salary. Company car. Stock options. I knew this was my shot, and honestly so did everyone else. Except Tara. She pulled me aside one morning and said, don't stress about it. You know they already want you. Honestly, it's basically yours. Her encouragement meant everything. Or so I thought. I worked day and night preparing my proposal for the final interview. A full product expansion roadmap, competitive analysis, forecasting model. Everything. Tara even helped me refine it. She insisted on helping. She gave me feedback, rewrote a few slides, even reorganized some sections. Felt like a blessing. It wasn't. The interview day arrived. The whole leadership team was there. VP, CFO, CEO, and directors. My stomach dropped the moment I began presenting. My slides were wrong. Charts were mislabeled. Graphs didn't match the datasets. Projections had ridiculous errors. One slide literally duplicated itself. I was stunned, flipping through, stammering, confused. And the worst? The VP asked, Emily, these numbers contradict last quarter's report. What happened? I wanted to crawl into a hole. My face burned. My hands shook. Every eye was on me, waiting for me to explain mistakes I never made. I barely finished the presentation. Within 24 hours, HR sent me an internal message. Thank you for your interest. We have selected another candidate. Guess who the other candidate was? Tara Reid. And she didn't just get the job. She walked into the office the next day with balloons, flowers, and a smug smile that could split concrete. I tried to convince myself I was paranoid. But the truth punched me in the face during a team lunch a week later. I overheard 2 coworkers whispering near the kitchen. Did you see Tara's proposal? It was basically the same one Emily had been working on. Yeah, weird how Emily's whole presentation was messed up. Tara helped her, didn't she? My heart sank. I went cold. One coworker noticed me standing there and froze like a deer caught in headlights. That was my confirmation. But nothing prepared me for what came next. Later that day, an intern named Lexi quietly approached me. Hands shaking. Voice trembling. He said, Emily, I don't want trouble, but I think you should know. Tara made us reformat your deck last week. She told us you asked her to make changes. But she swapped your data. She altered the charts. She replaced your conclusions. She told us not to tell you. I felt dizzy. I sat down, holding onto the edge of my desk just to stay upright. Tara had purposely sabotaged my promotion. He stole my work. She destroyed my reputation. And she played the innocent angel while doing it. I cried in my car that night. Not because I lost the job, but because my best friend did this to me. He hugged me after the interview. Told me, babe, they just didn't see your brilliance. She lied to my face. That moment I made a promise. I will destroy you, Tara. And I will make sure you never rise again. I wasn't impulsive. I didn't storm into HR or start fights. No. I planned. Fully. Fartly. Like a strategist. Like a shark. I reached out to every person Tara had stepped on or manipulated over the years. Turns out she had made more enemies than friends. People she took credit from. People she blamed for her mistakes. People she lied to. People she flirted with to get ahead. People she ghosted after using them. Everyone had a story. Everyone had proof. I collected it all. Emails. Slack messages. Voice notes. Screenshots. Documents. She had been playing the corporate game dirty for years. And I now owned all the evidence. I discovered she had been secretly sending confidential reports to outside contractors. Sharing internal roadmaps with a competing firm. Using company data to run a consulting side business. bribing suppliers for discounts, using company funds to pay for personal travel, and forging someone's signature on a vendor form. She wasn't just a liar. She was a walking HR disaster. Through a finance friend, I accessed public tax documents and found even more. A fake shell company, suspicious wire transfers, undisclosed income, potential embezzlement. A fake market research firm connected to her boyfriend. The deeper I looked, the uglier it got. This was no longer office politics. This was corporate fraud. My revenge wouldn't just ruin her reputation. It could ruin her entire life. And honestly, she earned it. Instead of exposing her immediately, I made her comfortable. I congratulated her privately, smiled at meetings, acted supportive. Why? Because people like Tara get sloppy when they think they've won. And she became very sloppy. She started bad-mouthing coworkers openly, cut budgets without approval, misused department funds, sent confidential documents to her boyfriend's company, all while thinking she was untouchable. Perfect. Everything she did was logged, saved, and forwarded to a secure drive. The takedown happened in 3 waves. I sent an anonymous packet to HR and the company's legal department with fraud evidence, any breaches, financial irregularities, screenshots, testimonies, her fake consulting business, everything she'd stolen. Within 48 hours, HR launched a non-disclosure internal audit. Tara had no idea I was behind it. I forwarded the shell company evidence to our IRS whistleblower program, a Washington State corporate fraud division, FTC business oversight, 2 investigative journalists. Within a week, she was under government review. Through anonymous accounts, I released screenshots of her manipulating coworkers, messages where she bragged about tricking me, audio of her calling employees useful idiots. Her reputation crashed like a plane with no wings. The downfall was brutal. HR escorted her out of the building during lunch hour. In front of everyone. She was fired. Her consulting scam was exposed. Her boyfriend dumped her to save himself legally. Her shell company was flagged for tax evasion. Her LinkedIn profile blew up with comments calling her a fraud. She became unhireable in the entire tech district. She tried blaming me publicly. But nobody believed her. Everyone had seen the receipts. Her empire wasn't just destroyed. It was obliterated. 3 months later, Northline Technologies hired a new VP. And guess what? He reviewed the old promotion interviews and saw the sabotage. He called me into his office. Emily, you should have been director. We'd like to offer you the position now. I nearly cried. I took the job, this time with pride. I rebuilt the entire department. Raised salaries. Recognized overlooked employees. Turned it into one of the highest performing teams in the company. The CEO personally thanked me for exposing the fraud. And Tara? Last I heard, she was working at a low-level retail store. Because every tech company refused to hire her. Actions have consequences. Lies have an expiration date. And betrayal? It always comes back. Trust is a gift. Loyalty is priceless. And when someone tries to bury you, make sure you dig their grave deeper. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Comment, justice served. To show whose side you're on.